Now I'd like to talk about the idea that all is one. This kind of Eastern tradition, it seems, that all things are one and one things are all. I think it's true in a lot of different senses. In the sense that we're all from the same planet, and we're all a part of the same planet, and we're all made up of the same kinds of materials. If we think about it from an esoteric perspective, esoteric meaning kind of obscure, arcane. So if we look at this from an obscure, kind of arcane, esoteric perspective, then I think it's easy to say that all things are one. One things are all. They're all one and we're all the same stuff. But in order to do that, we have to go out to the planes of existence and say, okay, everything's made up of the same materials, we're all on life together, we're all enjoying life together. And in an idealistic sense, if only we saw everyone as being part of the same stuff, we could form some kind of a unity together. And I think, yeah, it's very possible to form that unity by ascribing to the notion that we're all on this planet together. Everything. The birds, the bees, the bears, the boondocks, the bugs, the beetles. Everything can be kind of thought of as all one thing. Even going out into the universe, all the other planets and the other stars, all of it's just one. But it's kind of obvious, right? I mean, obviously all things are one. They're all there, and it's all a part of each other, and everything has its effect on one another. But the reason that all things are not one is because everything's different, and everything has its own agenda, or its own desires, or its own wants or needs, or competing, or the idea that resources need to be competed over. This is kind of an idea that exists, right? That there's only so many resources, and we need to kind of take our share and have it to ourselves. But we can also look at it as, well, if only we created more and created more value and looked at how infinite resources really are, we might not feel the need to fight over resources. But I'm not talking about communism, because in a capitalistic nature, there is different choices that are made, which lead to me working 15 hours a day, someone else working 3 hours a day, and we both get the same. I'm not sure that that's fair, so we have to look at justice and fairness and those different kinds of ideas and how they apply to the sense that not everything really is one. Everything is really different. It's its own component sense. And I could just as easily say everything is unique. Everything is its own entity. As much as I would say everything is one. It's not really trying to capture these concepts of everything's one, everything's itself. I think it's more important to look at how do we cooperate together? How do we achieve unity? How do we maximize our production? How do we maximize efficiencies? I think those are the kinds of things that we want to try and gear towards, not so much these kind of esoteric concepts of all is one and one is all.